Okay, hi. Hello, YouTube. it has been probably like a couple months since you've heard my voice, and I just felt like recording something just slightly random in the middle of the day. So I'm going to do like a brief tier list on like all of the Hazbin Hotel songs from the first season. I thought the show was pretty good. I know there's definitely a couple of like issues with like some of like the raunchiness and the plotting can be the plot like the pacing can be a little weird at times, but like I think it was still like good enough to warrant it being like, oh, I don't know, like I'd give it like an 8, maybe like a 7.8 to an 8, somewhere around there, and I'm willing to keep up with it going into the next season. So I just wanted to do like a quick list, pretty much just jot down and just talk about my thoughts about like most of the songs in the show, or not most, all of them from the first season. So I honestly don't know how to start this video, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Also, I just looked up Hazbin Hotel song tier list, and it's just a bunch of pictures. I can't like promise that these will be one to one to the songs that I'm talking about, so like just bear with me here, and I'll try my best not to spoil it. So I think the first song was, I think it's this image right here was the first song, which is a what's it, a Happy Day in Hell, which is like I I put it up here. I throw it an S. It was a really good introduction to the fact that this show is basically just like a musical in a sense. So there's two songs per episode, and this was the first song of the first episode, and I thought it was really good. The lyrics were goofy. I do like the pacing of it. It was a little long, but like I can't really, I don't know what to put down on it. Anyways, it was just, I can't really think of anything that was bad. I just thought it was really funny for our first song. And then I don't even remember what the second song is. Hold on, wait, let me find out. Okay, so the second song was Hell is Forever. I don't even remember which icon that would be. I think Hell is Forever was like the one with Adam, which was more of like a, how do I describe it? It had more of like a rock metal aspect to it, as opposed to like the more calm nature that the Hell song is, which is kind of funny seeing how like the show in itself, it's some, I think it's a little funny that like the people that are supposed to be, heavenly and all, well respected and well kept have like the most especially Adam especially has like the most egregious language I've heard from like any, like, I guess like show. Well, okay, he's not the most egregious, but if anyone that's watched the show, y'all know that he just does a lot. He does a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably just put it in A tier mostly because it's like the song was good, but just him as a character just like annoys me, and that is a like I guess that's a good thing. That's the whole point of his character. He's just annoying and cocky, but like I also just put the song in A tier. I wouldn't put it on like the same echelon as like up here, really. So, uh, yeah, I just throw what is it? Hell on Earth. I'm pretty sure. No, not Hell on Earth. Hell is Forever. I'll just throw that in A tier, pretty much. Then I think the next song was, I think it's the one with Vox and Alistair. I'm pretty sure that was the next one. So actually, I can just look here. The hell, stayed gone. Oh yeah, stayed. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, okay. So it's this one. Oh, this one is up here. I love the back and forth between these two. I would arguably throw it up above here, but we could probably do that later on towards. But for now, it is like a really good S tier. I don't know what it is. Vox's character is kind of like in a similar scope of Adams, to where it's just very much just very just raunchy and overly extra. But I think it's a little bit. I don't know. I just think it's a little funnier than Adams. I don't know how to put it, but like the rivalry between him and Alistair, like the new school media versus like old school radio, is just it's something that like I'm kind of interested in to see like what that past was like. I want to try and dive into it a little bit more, but what I can tell you is that I don't know. Just, the song was pretty good. I like the switches between like Vox's more like high tech modern, I guess like voice and like more high tech modern voice and like instrumentals versus like Alistair's like old timey more stressed out charm. Especially towards the very end when like Alistair kind of like has like this like moment of like he'll get revenge and he kind of like I don't know he just kind of like powers up a little bit towards the end to kind of like show the viewer like, oh, he is very much powerful. I think that was kind of good. I liked it personally. Then I think the next one was I remember I was talking to my roommate about this one, and like I feel like out of all of the songs, this one's probably the weakest by far. I can't even put it like down here because the vocal performances were still good. The vocal performances are good on like all of these songs. Like I would argue there's not going to be anything like C and D tier, but like I can't be asked to remove it. So I just put it down here. I just don't think the song was needed. And it's not like the vocals or the lyrics carried it enough to where I would put it in like A tier. I think it was just an okay song. It was just, it was sweet, You have my goat in there, but like I don't think they if the episode didn't have this song, it would have been just as fine, if not better, because this song didn't really add anything to it for me. Then I think the next one is let me see, Respectless, which I think are they in order? No, they are definitely not in order. This one, as far as I remember, when I heard this one, I was a big fan of it. I throw it in S tier. I throw it in S. I thought it was really good. I really liked the mix between I think it was the girl that's up there now, the one of the main antagonists, and then like this other guy. So I thought the song was pretty good. It sounded nice. I enjoyed it. It was pretty engaging. I throw it in this. And then the next song after that was I don't even remember which one is what it takes. Let me actually check that. Okay, got it. Okay, so they are kind of in order. Okay, then this one is the next one. Okay, this one was I really liked this one. If I had to, I'll organize them later towards like the end of the video. But like this one was definitely S tier. I really liked the vocal performances in this one, especially since this is I think like the first time Vaggie had like a notable singing role. I could be wrong, but like I don't know, something about the contrast between her and like the older lady whose name I forgot. The contrast in their voices were like really, really nice to hear. So I throw that an S because of that. Now I think the next one is Angels, I'm pretty sure. Poison. Poison was trying to think. I think that Poison was I'll throw it in A tier. Poison was really good because it gave like a pretty good insight on just Alistair's like past and just kind of like how his not Alistair, Angel Dust's character and like his past a little bit, just to kind of show like why he is the way that he is and why he has like this personality that he kind of like exudes around the hotel. So I think it was solid. I don't think it was like amazing, but I it was nice. You get to learn a little more about the character. Whereas the song with him and Husk, I would throw this in S tier. I think that this was a really good song, especially since it also introduced us to um, Husk and his past of like how he got his past with Alistair and how like him and Angel kind of find like this solace in like both being losers, which is like it's funny, but it's also like it's engaging in a sense where it's like they both kind of like accept like yeah we're both losers, that's why we're both here, we shouldn't be trying to like act like one of us is over the other, but we should try and get along more kind of shit, and I thought that was pretty good. That's S2 worthy. I think that is the next one. It is. Oh, it is the one with him. Then what's the other one? Okay, then I would assume from here on out I think they're in order, so I would throw the one with, if I'm not wrong, I think this is the one where it was like somewhat like him versus Alistair. I don't think it was like bad by any means. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head just to kind of give them all a fair shot. I'm pretty sure I would warrant this one being an S tier. I thought it was really nice. More than anything is probably I'm not even gonna like we'll get on that in a second. But the one between him and Alistair was kind of cool because it's the sense of like how do I just I don't even know how to describe that. By the way, I have like no script. I'm just chatting right now. But like it was kind of interesting to see how like Alistair the relationship that Charlie and Alistair had, it did kind of have like this, oh, like she's like the daughter I've never had. Like I don't remember like I don't think they even explain like the full intentions that he has of being a part of the hotel in any way. But like it is nice to kind of see like how like her literal dad, who's like Lucifer, right, is more of like a deadbeat to her pretty much. Like he's just your typical like deadbeat dad, which I know that the creator is kind of like memed on for having a lot of like, characters that just have like some type of like father issues, which is like that's a whole conversation for a whole nother day. That's a whole different debate. But I think that him as a character, he was just really funny because he is literally just the stereotypical deadbeat dad trying to relate to his kids when he has no idea what to do kind of thing. I don't know. I find that dynamic kind of funny. It can be a little overused from the creator, I will say that. But like that, like I said, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, it was good. Him versus Alistair, that was cool. Whereas more than anything is probably like my favorite song, if not my absolute favorite, it's at least like top two best songs in the season. Like it was really good. It was nice. It was charming. It's it was a little emotional. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't shed a tear, but I was like I kind of like got a little quiet, got on my feels because you can tell it's a emotional song, right? And that's a pretty good thing. Whereas I think this, I'm pretty sure, if I'm smart enough, I would know these should be in order. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Welcome to Heaven. You didn't know these two are back to back. These were in the same episode. So then as far as I remember from this song, I think this might be like the second B tier because it's one of those things where I don't think it was really needed. It kind of just showed you like, hey, welcome to heaven. We're this perfect land of perfection, and there are no problems here. You can do anything you want. And it's like it was like that's cool, but like the song wasn't that engaging to me. It was kind of goofy, but like I don't really know what else to say on this, but I feel like from what I can remember off the top of my head, these are like the only two songs that I kind of like sat there and I was like, when they were done. You know what I mean? Like having two B tiers for the first season, that's like that's up there. I definitely would be changing this around. But this other song, this one was, I'm not gonna lie, this song was long as hell, and it had a lot of beat switches, which was really really nice. But looking back on it, I'm pretty sure this song was like I'd say it's like either the furthest back of S tier. I think there's just mad S tiers in here, so for now I'll put it in A tier and then I'll like pause the recording and just rearrange these and then just talk about it at the end. And then I think the next two episodes were let me actually check. The next two episodes was Out of Love and Ready for This. Okay, Out of Love I remember. I think it's these two, right? No, More Than Anything and then The Show Must Go On. I think this one is the More Than Anything reprise again. So I would imagine that I don't know. I'm writing about it too much. Anyways, Out of Love, I immediately would throw it in A tier. It was one of those songs where it wasn't necessary, but it was like really, really nice. Like visually, vocally, I'm gonna keep talking about vocals the entire time, but I want to say it like one more time. The vocals for every single song were really good. Like, which I'm pretty sure that if I'm not wrong, all of the actors and actresses are for the most part like Broadway level like singers. So like, the performances are always gonna be nice. But this was one of those songs where it's like I don't think they needed a song for it. Like if the music was just playing, that would have been cool. But like there wasn't really any need for the characters to sing. They're just practicing combat, and it's like there wasn't really anything to it for me. Like it was nice, but I would argue like the main thing that carried it was just the fight they had in itself, and just I keep forgetting her name, but like her singing is like I don't know. It's just really good. I have no clue how else to describe it. I could be wrong on these images, but I'm pretty sure that next up we have. I'm pretty sure that this is Ready for This. I could be wrong. I think this one is Ready for This. This one is no. This one is the More Than Anything reprise, and then this is the Show Must Go On. I could be wrong, but you'll know which ones I'm talking about. So this is, I think, the second song after this one. Like literally, like directly after this song is this song. I can't remember too much from it, but I do remember it was her kind of like gathering up a bit of an army, and that was pretty cool. I do remember the lyrics were pretty cool, but the song was it was solid. I don't think it was bad, but like I'd throw it like over here for now. And then the last two songs were from the last episode, which is like this one was it was cute. It was a little emotion grabbing. The show must go on as like your typical, ending season song. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It was just good. It tied together pretty much everyone to like, oh, see you next time, kind of like seasonal ending. So if I'm just gonna talk about those quickly, I think they're both like A tier. They were like solid, but like I don't really think there was anything crazy about either of them. Okay, so I did a little bit of shifting around. I think this is a pretty clear cut tier list of what where I would put all the songs. Again, like I don't really think there was any song that warranted being in C or D tier. They were just really good. So B tier is just like I could live with or without these songs. A tier were just like solid songs. S tier is like these were amazing. I think all I've gotten from this is that more than anything, as you can see, like the original one and the reprise, more than anything was just really, really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think those songs, I think more than anything, was just a really, really good song. So I would be really, really happy if they kept some rendition of it going into the second season because I think that's just from listening to the soundtracks a little bit to reorganize this list. I don't know what it is about the song more than anything. It's like, I don't know, it's touching. I don't know. The more I think about it, I throw this bitch right up here. Stayed Gone was just really, really nice. I don't know what it is about Stayed Gone, but I think it's just that contrast of like Alistair, who's just like, old school and kind of like the whole fact that he's like, old timey radio, you know, he throws like late jabs, whereas like Fox is just like, he clearly like despises Alistair, and Alistair just kind of sees him as a joke for the most part, especially towards like the very end where Alistair is like, I'm gonna make you wish I had stayed gone. And kind of like invoking, he is still powerful. Like, don't get too cocky that I was gone. I'm still far more powerful than you. And that kind of like power dynamic was just really, really cool to see at the very end. But I mean, that's kind of like my thoughts. The show in itself, maybe I would do a separate video on it. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably seen the show already. If you haven't, I think it's really good. I will say it is kind of like the only quote unquote warnings I would give is like it is kind of raunchy. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of scenes with like angel dust, especially earlier on, they can be a little bit uncomfortable. Just the topics and the theming around angel dust and his like work and how his life led to him doing that type of work. It can turn people away, and I get that. But I would still say overall, if you can get over some little humps like that, then the show is pretty good. I have no clue how to end this video off, so I will see y'all around. I'll keep doing work on whatever remixes I have planned, and I will see y'all in the next one.